Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Warwood. There's 8 races at Ascot on Wednesday. Let's have a look at the expected conditions. We're expecting a partly cloudy day, 36 degrees Celsius, so another warm one here in Perth. The track to be in the good 4 range and the rail position to be in the 12 metres from the winning post to the 1200 metre pole and the 14 metres for the remainder of the course. Race number 1 will jump at 12.59. It's the Tap Touch Plate over 1,000 metres. The replay horse. Going to have a look at Frisky Gal, finishing second in a trial at Belmont.
Outside, then Olivia Knows, who's back to 4th on the inside. Further back is Day Show, and they're clear now from Patron's Choice and back last Fun Coupons. Coming down with 200 metres to go. Olivia Knows trying to work into the clear there, got slightly balked, and in the meantime, Day Show quickly raced up on the outside of Frisky Gal. Now Olivia Knows works into the clear, but Day Show is doing it well, and Day Show comes away to win it well by a length and 3/4.
Frisky Gal clocked 60.2 seconds in her one and only 1,000 metre trial ahead of her debut. None of the race brigade have set a particularly high bar here. Her most recent trial was certainly of the required standard to win this race, and the Simon Miller-William Pike combination, they're on fire. Goes on top, number 8, Frisky Gal. Number 4, Kings of Planets, has been gelded since his 3-race campaign late last year, in which he placed 3rd on 2 occasions. He maps as the leader here, and he's got the blinkers on for the first time, so he may find a little bit more in the straight than he previously has done. Number 2, Jupiter Sun's recent trial suggests he's certainly developed since finishing stone medalist on debut in November. It was in the same race as Kings of Planets. He was found to have slight abrasions and a nasal discharge after his debut, so he did have excuses. And number 6, Comps, I think will develop into quite a nice horse, but maybe 1,000 metres is too short here. Was running on well behind Alcina on her debut. My top selection in race number 1, going with number 8, Frisky Gal, to beat number 4, King of Planets, 2, Jupiter Sun, and 6, Comps. Race number 2 will jump at 1.34. It's the Amelia Park Beef Maiden over 1,200 metres. The replay horse going to look at Browsing, trialling at Belmont Park.
Under pressure out wider is Data Lake straightening up, and the other 2 a long way back, including Browsing. Coming down with 250 to go, and Cosmic Eyes is doing it pretty well with the blinkers on. Leads by a length and 3/4. On the outside is Shani Estelle coming after it, but Cosmic Eyes is out in front over Shani Estelle over the final stages, and pulling up Cosmic Eyes will be beaten by Shani Estelle. He got over the top of it.
Well, Browsing only finished 6th in the trial we saw in the replay, but it was the way he ran on after the post before the crossing that really caught the eye. Was dropped out the back by William Pike, but as I say, it was past the post, it was really eye-catching. Goes on top here, resumes from a much friendlier barrier than most of his key market rivals. I think it is a positive as well that the Wizard sticks with him. Number 16, Our Bonnie Girl, was a beaten favourite on debut over 1,000 metres. That was back in June. That was at Northern. That was a pretty strong race for Northern. It was won by Paul Jordan's Cognac, who went around in the Magic Millions race at Pinjarra. She has taken out a 1,000 metre trial leading into her return here. The gate hurts, but certainly worth considering. Number 4, Sun Boss, was 7th of 7 over course and distance 7 days ago. Yes, he didn't have the best of runs in the straight, but the problem is the race just simply didn't rate that highly. His blinkers come off here. He was beaten at odds on last time. He goes in the numbers, but I certainly couldn't have him on top. And number 12, Good Fortune, comes out of the same race, finished 1 place ahead of Sunboss. Like Sunboss, didn't have much luck in the straight when Heart of Cure came down the outside and put pay to everybody else. My top selection in race number 2, going with the returning number 11, Browsing, to beat number 16, Our Bonnie Girl, 4, Sunboss, and 12, Good Fortune. Race number 3 at Ascot will jump at 2.09. It's the Western Race Picks Handicap over 1,200 metres. The replay horse, we're going to look at Pearls and Prawns, winning at Bunbury.
The newcomer towards the inside, Tap the Go-Go, Blue Martini, his and hers had headed the remainder. Rebo led them though with a kick, 200 left to go from Frosty Beverage running around. Then Pearls and Prawns over towards the inside, but Rebo still clear with 100 left to go. Pearls and Prawns is closing the margin down quickly though, the newcomer. Pearls and Prawns ranges up, grabs the lead, the debutant.
Pearls and Prawns recorded the fastest last 200, last 400 and last 600 of the entire meeting at Bunbury 2 weeks ago. The manner of her victory was really impressive because that contest was pretty slowly run and she exploded from midfield to post a dominant victory. Second up here, she goes on top. Number 1, Sir Snuggerlot, stays at 57 kilos thanks to Kate Whitten's 3 kilo claim. He drops in grade from 62 plus to 56 plus and he rises in trip from 1100 metres to 1200 metres. All of those are positives for this tough, uncomplicated galloper. Number 6, Tycoon Legend, may have found 1400 metres a little bit too far for him as he tried to make the step up from maiden class to handicap grade. His maiden win over 1200 metres wasn't the strongest either, but this isn't the strongest of races. And number 3, Gidgety Gidgety Goo, had been off the track since November 2016 before reappearing 3 weeks ago. He was sound in that 1000 metre race and his trainer Matt Nash removes his bar plates and the pads. I think he might be a bit of an improver here. My on top selections in race number 3, going with number 9, Pearls and Prawns, to remain unbeaten, to beat number 1, Sir Snuggerlot, number 6, Tycoon Legend, and number 3, Gidgety Gidgety Goo. Race number 4 at Ascot will jump at 2:44. It's the Tab Touch handicap over 1400 metres. The replay horse, we're going to look at New Time, winning a trial at Belmont Park.
Up and 2 lengths away is Salorski in 3rd place. New Time has got the lead. She has a look around. She's a length and a half in front. In 2nd place is 3 votes on the outside. Down the outside of the track is Salorski. In front, though, is New Time. On the outside, coming at it, is 3 votes. New Time just in front. 3 votes trying to drive at it. New Time clinging on from 3 votes, and New Time beat 3 votes.
New Time was really good in winning the second of his 1000 metre trials. He beat a bunch of gallopers that would be odds on to win in midweek company, and he did it in the fastest time of the day. He has carried more than 59 kilos to victory once before. He's won from 8 with that level of impost, but he goes really, really well fresh. And on his milestone appearance, he's making his 100th start. He's very capable of winning for his very proud connections. Number 2, Seeker, drops to midweek grade for the first time since January 2017 when he won over 1,000 metres. Half of his wins have been first up. All of them have been over 5 furlongs. There are some queries about Seeker, but this is his correct level. Number 11, Ominous Warning, maps as box seating behind the Centurion, but New Time has got the better of him in most of their duels. And number 5, Take It Like a Man, is unplaced from 5 first up appearances, but he's had 2 barrier trials leading into his reappearance, and Dan State gets on really well with this galloper, 3 wins from 5 rides. My on top selection in race number 4, going for the story. Number 1, New Time to win on his 100th start. From number 2, Seeker, number 11, Ominous Warning, and number 5, Take It Like a Man.